What's up, peeps? Man, I missed you guys. Welcome back. Palmetto Cats Live on another beautiful Wednesday evening. Guys, I already got one guest in the basement, Mr. Brian B. himself. What's going on, Brian?
What's happening? What's happening?
Oh, man, it's good to be back up here, man. A week off, and you don't realize how much you really miss doing this stuff, I hadn't even been in chats. In the past few days, I've been in some chats, but guys, I've been down with the sickness.
Gotta take care of your health.
Been down with the sickness. What's up, Kenny Wilson? Been trying to say hey to everybody popping in. Here's old Cody. What's going on, Cody?
Hey, how's it going, brother?
Awesome show, man. Awesome show. You and your dad do a great job with that.
Thank you.
Y'all, if you haven't checked out 3+1 Outdoors, they go live at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and do an awesome job with this Bible study. And I really enjoy it. I wish I could get in it every week, but man, you guys do a great job. Really fulfills you, gets you pumped up, ready for the next day.
Thank you.
Don R, what's up? Got Greenwell in here. Feels the water. Said he is cooking and listening. What you cooking?
That's scary.
What you cooking, Willis? There's Kelly. Fishing and Freedom. Mr. Rich. Bugman. Getting down with the sickness. Yeah, the wrong kind. Avid was in here earlier. Size matters. What's going on, Donald Long? El Gato Azul TV. He was in here. Who else did we see earlier? Ronnie Poland from Facebook. Patriot James telling everybody to hit the thumbs up earlier. Uncle Jeep is in the house. What's up,
Of
Uncle
course.
Jeep? Wayne Huska. We got Solo Texan Adventures 205. And there's Wayne. Holy moly. Blah, blam. Wayne is a sponsor of the tournament league, and he's been doing these super chats to help out with all of the trophies and the belts and the awards. So thank you, Mr. Wayne Huska, for that $200 mega boom. Holy cow.
Mega.
He did it last time too, but he warned me. He said, I'm gonna do this, so just be warned. I was like, yes, sir, no problem. That way I didn't start crying and get all emotional. Oh, thank you so much. What's up, Larry? How you doing?
Doing good. How about you, Kevin?
Good, man. I was just telling Cody how much I really enjoy y'all's Bible study on Wednesday nights, man. It really, makes you feel good and gets you ready for the next day. Or if you've had a really bad day, it really peps you up.
You're trying to make me blush a little.
Just know I'm listening. I don't comment a lot in there. I'll just listen.
Every once in a while, you get Brian B to chime in.
Yeah, I'll say something every once in a while, but if Larry ain't cutting up a little bit, then I'm gonna just stay on the right path and I ain't gonna say nothing. Just listen.
We'll get back to this in a minute, but thank you again, Wayne. I don't want it to be overshadowed by anything how awesome that is that he's going to be a sponsor of all the awards. And there's others. I have them written down on a notebook somewhere around here with all my camping gear on the floor. But we'll get back to that. Thank you. And he said, hey, Kevin, you know what to do with this. Good luck to all y'all fishermen and fisherwomen. That's right. And that's kind of what we're here to talk about tonight. Not kind of, it is. Hey, Mama J, doing the ugly cry. Yeah. Hey, Trophy Zigger said he got my bait. All right. I'll leave out tomorrow. I'm going up there to visit all them folks at the Tennessee meet and greet. And hey, look who it is. It has live. Yep. I'll get to that too. Heading out in the morning, probably about 4 or 5 in the morning. I'll be there, hang out with them guys and girls all weekend. So that should be fun. We'll talk about that a little bit too. Yeah, I got sick last Wednesday, real sick. Put me down for 3 or 4 days, and I'm just now getting over it. So that's why I've been kind of incognito past week. Let's see. Jeff Beal came in.
So Jeff,
fish on. What's going on? And anyway, we're here to talk about the live fishing tournament league, and we are 2 tournaments in so far, and we have some people with points already. We'll get into that real quick. Right now, in the first place is a three-way tie between Alicia Barnett, who won the first place in the Big Time Bass Tournament by Sharina. I did invite Sharina and JBT and J Dog up here. J Dog did tell me he will come up later if he can. Danny Stone and Larry were on Team Sabotage together. They were on a team together. Ended up winning first place, 15 points apiece from the Secret Sabotage Tournament by 3+1 outdoors. In second place is another tie. Daniel Outdoors scored 8 points for the Big Time Bass Tournament, and Mike Greenwell 8 points for second place in the Sabotage Tournament. Tara Blackburn is in third place with 6 points of the Secret Sabotage Tournament. I know that there was in the Sabotage Tournament there was a team, but you have to catch a fish to qualify. So we're going to talk about that. Let me see. Greg Burgess came on in. Kenny Wilson said, "Glad you're feeling better." Thank you. Me too. I said, "What's up, everybody?"
What's up? What's up?
Never heard of him.
Come up. You can come up if you want. Hang on. We'll get that. Actually, Brian B has power now, so he can actually do that.
I'll send it to him.
All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, I wanted to get Larry and Cody up here. Hey, Creole, what's going on, man? Muskrat came in. Paul Boyd came in. Everybody's starting to come in, trickle in here. I just wanted to talk about how you thought the Secret Sabotage Tournament went last weekend and kind of let us know the highlights and the funny parts and all the in between. So who wants to go first, Cody or Larry?
Well,
Go ahead, Cody.
I can speak to how I feel like it went from somebody trying to organize it to the best of my ability, and then I'll let Daddy speak to how it was to actually fish it and deal with it.
All right.
But I think it went great. There's always hiccups with tournaments online or in person. That's just the nature of the beast. But I think overall it was a great experience. The viewership was really good. So
Yeah, very good.
The comments was a rolling and the numbers were up there. So that made me feel great that people were responding to it. And it's definitely something we're going to look to do again in the future. We think we could probably do a tournament of this style twice a year, maybe like once early spring, once in the fall. And that's not doing it so often that it's just cramming it down somebody's throat, but it was fun enough to do it twice a year. So that's what we're going to be doing. Also, we had just amazing people that were involved with it, fishing on stream.
Yeah.
Danny Stone, I'll say for me, was the funniest part. I don't know that I ever want to see it again, but the one time I did see it, it was hilarious. So that was all around great time. Everybody made the best of it in my eyes. So that's my outlook.
I think you definitely had to have a sense of humor for some of those sabotages, and somebody who is kind of like straight as an arrow, straight laced, all serious, probably wouldn't have enjoyed that as much as say like Larry or Danny.
Yeah. I had to dance, and yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have not went back and watched that portion of it because I want to see myself do it.
So you had a partner in hosting this, Cody. What was it like to um, co-host with J Dog? I know y'all are good friends, but neither of y'all have ever done that before, correct?
Well, I've hosted a few tournaments with me and Daddy,
Okay.
But J Dog had never done any. But J Dog's got a really uplifting personality. Most of the time, he gets in his little moods every now and then, but he's pretty happy go lucky guy for the most part, and he made it really easy on me because he was great about trying to keep up with chat, commenting, involving everybody in chat to the best of his ability, which I think is a key part of doing these live shows because you want the people watching to feel like they're involved.
Yeah.
So he did great with that, and that took a lot off my plate. And I kind of just did the logistical stuff, the keeping the wheel spinning, the timing, the sabotages, and things like that. And that worked well for me. So I think it was amazing having him because he does so well conversating back and forth with the chat. Or I feel like he did well. That's my opinion.
What do you think, Larry?
Yeah, I think it went really well. And I think, just like Cody said, with somebody to take care of one portion of the logistics of it, and another person to keep up with chat and be able to stay in communication with chats, I think it worked. It worked really, really well. Of course, I was out on the boat having fun fishing. So
Right. Brian B, you've got a lot of experience with that. What all goes into that dynamic with the one person doing one thing and the other person doing the comments?
You just gotta pay attention. Some things you don't need to comment on.
True.
Comments. Some comments don't need to be read. Pay attention to what's going on screen. So you just gotta sit back and just look. But what I do is I look here on StreamYard and probably have my phone or my tablet beside me. I have it on too. So if I miss something because it can run fast, I can scroll back on my phone rather than here. But entertain.
Yeah.
Entertain.
Yeah, and the first tournament was the first tournament weekend was kind of rough actually. It was supposed to be Sharina's bass tournament, and there was also another bass tournament going on, and both of those ended up getting canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up having it the next weekend, and I think the only two that ended up making it, because it was another bad weather weekend, was the two that won.
Yeah. What happened was I think the people lost service and they couldn't get service no more.
Mm-hmm. And that makes it difficult too, especially when you're trying to host a tournament, trying to keep everybody engaged, and you don't have people on screen. Did y'all have anything like that happen, Cody and Larry?
Well, we it was supposed to be a 2-day event, and the first day was the day we had the bad wind all around the country. At least everybody in this area within a few hours of here was having 25 plus mile an hour sustained winds with gusts, being 50, 60 mile an hour, and it just wasn't safe for people to get out and fish. We did end up having one person come up that morning and fish for a few minutes, and that was Steve Ransom. And actually, it's amazing because Uncle Lou, one of the sponsors of the tournament, hooked him up with a rod for just sticking it out and support being there. And then day 2, we had some bad weather in a few locations, but we did manage to get plenty of people up on screen to go through with day 2. And that kind of leads me into another great one of these things that really helps make these tournaments good is somebody like Wayne Huska did for you, or we had Fracture Fix sponsor prizes, and we had Uncle Lou sponsor prizes in our tournament. And it put something on the line. Hey, these guys are actually fishing for something. I think that's going to be the big part about this point series you're doing is they're fishing for something. It's not just that tournament. It adds to the stakes. And I like that. I think it makes it more interesting when you add to the stakes.
So, you said that you had some, like we had on the Tennessee tournament, we had Miss Becca that threw in some prizes there. That's kind of what you're talking about? Like people saying, hey, what you're talking about is for the actual competitors though, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We had some prizes go to chat too. Uncle Lou sponsored a rod to give away to chat, and Bobcat did some stuff, and we had some prizes to chat. But no, they actually sponsored rods and $100 gift card to the winners of the tournament.
Yeah, okay.
So, and I like that. I feel like, oh man, who's going to win this when I'm watching it? Because whoever wins this is going to get something really amazing.
Yeah, so, some nice prizes.
Right. So you're rooting for the person you want to win it a little harder because you want to see them get it. The person's fishing maybe a little harder because I don't know. It's still for fun, but it does put a little something extra on the line, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Donald Knight Sr. said, new boat PB, 19.25 pound channel, 33.5 inches. Way to go.
It's a nice channel cat.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. Steve said, I want a second shot. I may not dance like Larry or, well, whatever that was Danny did, but I want to do it again.
For sure.
So
For sure.
So, Larry, kind of how did y'all come up with these sabotages? Did you have anything to do with that?
No, that was all Cody and J Dog's idea, and I think people in the chats actually come up with the sabotage.
yep. Yeah, we did a few morning shows where we let chat kind of come up with some stuff, and then we had to filter through it and take off stuff that we didn't think was going to work on stream as well, or maybe was a little bit too much of a
So,
sabotage.
what's something that you took down that you didn't use?
Put me on the spot. Let me see if my memory works that well.
Come on, ain't you never done one of these live streams
Tell,
before?
tell the truth.
Well, I'm trying to think.
While you're thinking, Bugman said Fracture Fix goes so far above and beyond. He's always giving a true asset to this community. Yes, I say that for him. Lee Reed, Uncle Lou, Miss Becca Mudtramp's another one. Wayne Huska. Now I've done started naming them. Now I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to forget something.
Yeah.
There's just so
Yeah.
many in this
There
community.
are, yeah.
Yes.
It's a lot of great people in the community that help, and we definitely appreciate it all.
Yes, each and every one of them.
Mhm.
Well, okay. I thought of one.
You got one? Good. We gave enough time.
All right. So
That's
I
called
took
vamping.
I took off. You would have to change the method you're fishing, because originally I was thinking, well, I had a few people in there that would like Mike that would be bumping, or Daddy that would be dragging, and it would be cool to say, hey, you can't do that method anymore. But I took it off because I wanted to sabotage people, wanted it to be more funny when they caught a fish and less about they can't catch fish now, because I still wanted fish to be on stream. So the sabotages were more for entertainment value and less like you're going to not catch anything now.
Greenwell said, I won the $100 gift card Fracture Fix donated, and I got a reel with that card. There you
Awesome.
go.
Awesome.
Uncle Jeep says, what? Cody does morning shows? I thought he doesn't get out of bed till 11 a.m. Mark and Muskrat and a couple other people were definitely seconding what you guys said about the community. Murillo said that sounds made up. He probably typed it right at the right moment, so we don't know what comment that one goes to.
I can tell you one of the sabotages they kept in there, and I did not like it once I had to do it. And you had to reel the fish in with your non.
Oh yeah,
and holding that rod with my right arm and reeling that reel backwards, it set my forearm on fire.
Hey, I was driving down the road listening to you, and I was like, "Oh Lord, look!"
I did catch that part.
I was in the McDonald's drive-through,
and it just so happened
right now. He gonna lose that fish.
When I had to do it, it was the biggest fish I caught during the tournament.
So, like that sabotage there, it isn't that visual of a sabotage, because with the way people's cameras set up, you're seeing their back. But I think I would keep it in, because I think they're still going to land the fish. And just knowing they're having to do it, some things just knowing they're doing it is funny enough. And I think that's one of them that I like enough to keep in, even though I did realize, hey, we're not really getting to see much here.
I think one thing you could do to improve that, or just, most of them had a second person on the boat, is just have them move that camera around. I love doing that, moving the camera where the action is and all that. Let me read this comment real quick. Wayne said, I can't fish no more, so I just want to be a small part of the fun. Well, you're a huge part of our fun.
Really appreciate it.
Huge part of the family, whether you donate or not. I want you to understand that.
Yeah.
You don't have to donate or anything to be a part. You're already a part of our family, but we appreciate that you do. Go ahead, Brian. You was about to say something?
No, I was saying pretty much going with what you were saying with Wayne.
Yeah.
I agree.
Still fish with the Mad Catch rod that Fracture Fix donated as a tournament prize. There you go. Listening to all y'all, it's Sabotage. Welcome. You're welcome. Tag along anytime. That's awesome. Greenwell said, I was glad that I didn't have enough reel on that 40-pound wrong way. That would have sucked.
No,
There's Miss Tanya Hollis. We're going to talk about her tournament coming up. Thank
Tanya.
you. Yeah, I think and that's something that I'd like to see from these tournaments too. Is just some. I love the outside of the box thinking that I haven't said it earlier. He's outside of the box, and I like that y'all are thinking outside the box, making it more fun, because we do have a lot of these tournaments now, thanks to Chad and D. And then Mark, and then myself, and then Brian B, and everybody's doing all these tournaments. You got a bunch of them out there. So doing different things like you guys are doing is something that kind of piques people's interest, keeps them wanting to come back for more, and it only makes better contact for content for everybody watching.
Yeah.
Any new bells and whistles we want to talk about? Yeah, I got some cool reels, but Matt said, or Chad said he's blushing. But we'll talk about those on another show. We want to go ahead and finish up here, or not finish up, get to these tournaments. So the first two we're down here is the current leaderboard. If you're just coming in, Alicia Barnett, Danny Stone, and Larry Payne are in a three-way tie for first. Daniel Outdoors, Mike Greenwell in a tie for second, and Tara Blackburn in third by herself. So each tournament, you get different points for how you place. First place is 15. You get that extra 5 for being first, and then it goes down by 2 from 10. So 8, 6, 4, 2, and then if you catch a tournament qualifying fish, then as long as you fish the tournament, you get 1 point. So you still get a point no matter what. The next tournament is going to be JBT's Channel Cat tournament, and I did invite him up. I'm not sure if he wasn't able to or not, but this is on April 22nd, 6 p.m. to 11. So it's a night tournament. Most fish wins, 3-rod limit. It's got to be 2-pounder and over. All fish must be released, public water only, no private lakes, ponds, or pay lakes. So if you want to get into that one, you're going to go and find Fishing with JBT. I will not be doing the Channel Cat tournament. Do you guys got big Channel Cats where you are?
No.
I mean, over 2 pounds, yeah, but we don't have a giant population of them that are big.
You want me to lose the tournament? Tell me I got to catch Channel Cats.
All right, now you watch. Brian B is going to be called out on some Channel Cat tournaments.
Well, I like that, or I don't know if I like it. It's interesting, the 2-pound rule, because our Sabotage tournament, part of the winning team was Danny Stone, and he never caught a fish that was a pound. But he ended with 14 points in the tournament. He caught 15 fish, 14 points was his final score, because Sabotage was lose a point. And but they were all, I mean, they made Brian B fish look big, so that tells you.
I'm surprised he didn't use his power on that one, Cody. He must have forgot he had it.
I thought about it, though.
But and then I know that Chad's put rules in place in past because of they called it the Baldwin rule. Yeah. And I would be curious what the people watching think about that. Do they enjoy going when they have somebody on stream that is fast paced on the bite, but they're relatively small fish, like 1 pound fish? Do they like that it's that consistent action?
I don't. Me personally, in a tournament, I didn't set that guideline on my tournament, which I should have, but I can't go back and do it now. Regardless, I could because it ain't started, but I'm not going to do it because people already registered. If you're going to catch catfish that big or this big, I mean, if you're going up into a school and just scooping them out the egg, that ain't no fun. People get tired of seeing that, so make it entertaining for yourself. If people going to look at it like, oh, that's just not, no.
I agree with Mark. Like Mark said, that's a good tournament. Not all tournaments should be about big fish. I agree. I do think there should be a limit. Like
At
my
least a
tournaments, I
pound
did.
and a half.
Well, I
Two.
did like 16 inches. I mean 16. I mean that's a decent
Three,
sized fish, but it's not super huge. I'm
Yeah.
trying to
3
fit it.
pounds.
I'm trying to fit it within the screen there. But like 16 inches, that's like a pound and a half.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you going in them little ponds and you're getting all them little
You're getting
breeder
just
catfish.
minnows, basically,
Yeah.
are what they are at that point. You're getting minnows out of them. That's just anybody can do that.
But Uncle Lou said Channel Cat's thumbs up. Yeah, I think and there's a lot of people out west. There's a guy, I can't remember the name of his channel, but he said, "Hey, I can't do these tournaments because it's about weight or it's about this or about that. All we have is channel cats." But now there's plenty of tournaments that don't focus on, the big bag. For instance, it is the biggest. I guess it is. What is it? Most fish win. So there you go. So
With
that's
channel cat.
that one's not about the biggest size fish, but it has to be a channel cat.
That's
And they
most.
have to be over 2 pounds.
See, I can't get in that. I would get in that and have fun. I'm not gonna say I will win, but I will have fun. But it's channel cats.
Yeah, I think, and this is my take on it. Chad said it's good for action, but the other anglers get frustrated and aren't wanting to do them as much, so it becomes harder to find people. Yeah, when you have a numbers tournament, it's really tough because I don't really have. I guess maybe if I asked around, I could find a place that has like channel cats like that or little blues or something like that to where you're catching like 20, 30 fish on, fish on, fish on.
Yeah, I'll say that.
but I'm talking about like, smaller cats. Like I can't find them like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know. I caught one. And I was just doing it in my reel. And you know what? I didn't even hook it.
Yeah.
It was in between the hook.
Yeah.
Well, the thing of it is, probably none of us ever fish for small fish, so we're not putting bait out there for small fish.
Yeah.
Right. But there are, like, you can tell Stan it's a numbers tournament. Stan knows exactly.
Oh yeah, you throw them little hooks out there and go target them small fish because that's what he did.
Yeah. Mark said it's as long as they're eater size, they should count, but it should be limited to how score should be counted. Most of us like the big hogs, but for us that don't have a boat, 2 pounder make a day. Oh, I agree. 100%. So, like, for instance, the Iron Cat tournaments, the ones I had after the first one, all the fish had to be was 16 inches, and you were still qualified to win.
Yeah.
So I think
that's perfect.
I have nothing wrong with that at all.
So do y'all think that the way I did the point system is enough to offset that quick bite with the smaller fish, where if you hit 10 pounds, it was 2 points, 3 pounds, it was
because the bigger you can sit there and catch them little fish and still get points.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're only fishing for the big hogs, as Mark said, then you get a big hog and there's your points right there.
You broke the bank. You break the bank with that. So.
I think that's brilliant. Creole said number tournaments definitely have their place and includes people who don't have big fish waters but have population of smaller fish. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. My opinion, for whatever it's worth, having a variety of rules if you're running the tournament. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
So and that's what I like about Rebel River Cats.
I think with now the most solid rule is, which I've been going with my tournaments. I think I did the bank tournament with most fish last year, but I went to the 3 biggest fish.
Yeah.
Switch it around. One of the
that's when it starts limiting what Mark's talking about. Like,
but when you go to most fish, you go with most fish, and then you put a size limit. That way they can't get those minnows.
Right. Right. So that's kind of the tournament. Like if you don't have big hogs, like Mark says, you want to be in that tournament where there's a size limit, but the size limit's not 50 pounds.
It's gonna be 2
You
pounds.
don't want to join the monster hunt. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
but
the
that's
monster hunt is one giant fish. That's it.
That's what's great about this is there's tournaments out there that is, hey, I think my waters can compete with anybody else's waters. There's tournaments that are just strictly size. Then there's ones like I think Chad does one where it's got to be at least 5 pounds, but then it's numbers. So it can't just be the tiny ones, but it's still a numbers, and you're not going to get dinked to death by half-pound fish.
But that's why you put a cap. Well, not a cap. You don't put a cap on it. You put, if you're doing numbers, the fish only count if it's 2 pounds or more,
or 16 inches, like Kevin said. Or
inches. Yeah, that way you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's grown into where if whatever your waterways is good at, there's a tournament out there that's going to suit those waterways, long as there's fish there.
Because you can get somebody to sit there and get them little catfish, and you're doing most fish, and they're just grabbing those minnows. And you can grab 30 of those with no problem. And you're not even casting out. You're just dropping it over the side.
So Donald sent me a picture
of catfish.
I'm gonna get a couple. Wait.
It's actually a video, Donald.
I'm gonna get a couple. Wait.
Yep, y'all can see it quickly.
I'm gonna get a couple. Wait.
It's a toad of a channel.
That's a big old channel cat.
Yes, it is. You said Donald caught that?
Yeah, that was Donald. He was telling us about his new PB earlier.
Okay.
It's a nice channel cat.
Nice one, man.
Yeah,
Creole
congratulations.
said variety of rules gives everyone an opportunity to shine. That's right. You just got to pick the tournament that's right for you.
Yeah.
Urban Cornbread's in the house.
Whatever works for you, you join that tournament. Don't join the tournament just because. And a most important thing about joining the tournament, I'm skipping the subject a little bit, but the best thing to do when you're joining the tournament, and we say this all the time, and people continue to do it, make sure you have service at that location.
Yep.
Y'all don't understand. Y'all might not go back and look at the video, but when you look at the live and see the picture that you have up and showing your rods, and you can barely see that it is even water there, don't do it because it's bad for us.
Yeah. Well, and then you end up in a situation where you don't have anybody fishing your tournament.
Yeah.
Feels the Water said the only thing I don't like is whenever the rules are I catch the opposite numbers. I skunk.
He wants to make the rules up as he go.
Double Hook Angling came in. Urban Cornbread. We saw Matt come in earlier. He said, I like the tournaments that have boat and bank together. Yeah. There's Dustin from Team Snag and Whiskers. Well, let's go on to the next one. The next one is after. Hang on one second.
Honey, will you get the dog?
Hey, she's a good warning dog. She tells us when things ain't right.
There you go.
So here's the next tournament here. After that, we have the Ladies' Choice Tournament, which is actually a series of tournaments. Yes. And those actually start the week after next, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and I was looking, Kevin, it's going to be an honor because your day is going to be streamed on our channel.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's
awesome.
Going to be cool.
Yeah, so April 28th, 29th is on Creole's channel at 8 a.m. And then that Sunday or that afternoon, actually, it's on Muskrat's channel, correct? I should probably pull up the graphic, but I don't have the one with the actual dates on it. It was in the promo. But anyway, you got April 29th and April 30th. You got 3 different tournaments going on that weekend. All Ladies' Choice tournaments. They've called out the male anglers they want to go up against Jody's turn. They're at Jody's channel. That's what it is. So the 29th at 8 a.m. is on Creole's channel. The 29th at 3 p.m. is on Jody's channel, and that goes to the evening. And then at 1 p.m. the next day is somebody else's channel. And I won't say the wrong one. Somebody will put it in chat.
Let
And
me
then the
see.
following weekend, May 6th, I'll be going up. Nina challenging me. She done did the wrong thing right there. She gonna get what's coming to her. And we are not doing a numbers tournament. It was supposed to be, but we both Tanya said we don't have to. So it'll be on
30th is Rogers Muskrat Adventures channel.
there you go. Muskrat on Sunday the 30th at 1. And then Saturday the 6th will be on 3+1 at 8 a.m. And then Brian B at 3 p.m. And then on Sunday, it is 2 stands on May 7th. Yes, I remembered those.
Got it.
So, guys, there's 6 different tournaments. And we will be doing it will get a points value, but it's going to be based on some different parameters like biggest fish and things like that. So it won't be points for each day, but it'll be throughout the entire series of tournaments will get points.
The total. You got your biggest fish for some, you got numbers for some. So they'll do the numbers ranking and then the biggest fish rank.
Yeah, we'll do something to make it fair for everybody. That way, people have some chances to get points. Holy cow! As soon as I started talking about that, like the chat went nuts. There we go. Uncle Lou said that's why we don't fish any too spotty a service. I hear that. Muskrat said I want to fish more tournaments this year. Well, we got a whole lineup.
Yeah, I've got to get more now that I've got points.
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
Avid,
first
I need
place.
to find the results for your tournament. Rules for your tournament. Avid, I've posted them for you, buddy. I'll send you. We'll go over them. They're very easy. Ladies ain't playing. Got it today. Let's see. I think most of it's just people talking to each other. I was typing more fat fingers.
Yeah, you way up.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, it went crazy.
I didn't see anything.
I protected my spreadsheet so no one can call Kevin. No one can Kevin or while doing the ladies call out. Shut up, Chad. On the road, just listening. All right. Yeah. So if you wanted to get a tournament in, this is the rules for it. It's very simple. It has to be a public tournament, so anybody can enter. Anybody can enter. 5 minutes behind. No, Dustin, you're like 30 minutes behind when you read chat.
Dustin he's here and chat is way over there.
I know. I'll say, hey guys, gotta go to bed. And then I'll wake up the next morning and Dustin's like, hey Kevin,
He's saying, good night, Kevin.
But anyway, it's got to be a public tournament. You gotta fish public waters. Anybody can sign up for it. All the fish, unless it's like a bait tournament, have to be released. Very simple. You don't have to do anything really different. You have to have a first through fifth place at least, or at least somebody to win. You have to have some kind of ranking system. It can't be like, you get butterflies and you get sunshine. It's got to be you won first place, you won second place, you won third place, and you have to have either a big fish or bag or most fish, whatever it is, doesn't matter. The only other thing you have to do is just let me know who won and a pyramid winner. Av is like trying to confuse me. I think Av is just trying to confuse me. I think that's all it is.
Is it working?
Av is half asleep and texting at the same time.
Yeah, he's probably half asleep. A pyramid winner. But yeah, all you got to do, Avid, is just send me a message on Messenger, brother, and we'll talk about it. We'll get you hooked up. We'll get you in there. The more tournaments, the better. Somebody sent me a message. Greenwell, what'd you send me, Greenwell?
Greenwell, you need to get in a tournament. You better hurry up. But all my tournaments are at nighttime, except for the.
Oh, okay. He sent me a spreadsheet of all the ladies things. Okay, thank you, buddy. Okay, just getting back to the campsite. What's up? And then Freddie did his 17-month chat or milestone chat. He said motoring. Appreciate that. I do have something to show y'all, but all right, let's get to if you want to go to brand. You can help me with these if you want. Panfish 500, Palmetto 500 is coming up on May 13th. I did change the date for that, so a couple people had to drop out. I got some openings. Basically, the people who catch, you just catch panfish on a live stream and have a great time. There's no big prizes, no big giveaways unless people pop in and do them on their own volition. But you do get medals for catching the 100th fish, the 200th fish, the 300th fish. The person who catches the 500th panfish of the day is the winner. It's a one-day panfish tournament. It's just for fun. I encourage everybody who signs up to bring kids. Mike Murillo came up with this idea, and I said, dude, I'd love that because, panfish tournaments are just awesome. And then I'll turn this over to Brian. I'm going to go grab something. There's Brian's first. We'll talk about that one, buddy.
Okay, you got the Midnight Madness, the bank fishing edition. Season 2. This is the second year. Last year was it was hilarious. I spent most of my time laughing over than talking because the group that we had was ridiculous. Most weight, 6 rod limit, regardless of your you gotta abide by your state laws or whatever, where you're fishing, but 6 rod limit is the max. And it's at midnight. It's Friday at midnight to 5 a.m.
Saturday,
yeah. I can't do Saturday to Sunday. Because if I did that, then y'all might cost me my job.
Greenwell said, "Can I sleep while fishing?" Shee-wee, nighttime.
Yeah, that's on you.
Put alarms on all these jobs.
Or gotta fish when you wake up. Cool, but do what you do.
I did want to show everybody this real quick. I'm think it's kind of cool. Got me a hat that says motoring on it. It's on my Teespring account. If anybody wants one of their very own, they can go pick one up.
You're not getting off that easy.
Motoring!
There we go.
So there's Brian. He's got a couple of them going on, but in between his first one and his second one is a carp tournament. So if any of you ladies and gents like to fish for carp, you can go check out Sharina's Keeping It Real. Email her or message her and get involved in that. It's June 10th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, so it's 9 to 2 in regular time, guys. So I don't know anything else about the rules or whatever, rod limits, baits, anything like that. You got to contact Sharina. And then we're back to Brian B.
Tournament Season 2, Midnight Madness. Most weight. Last year I did 3 biggest. 6 rod limit. 12 o'clock that Friday night, basically Saturday morning, 5 a.m.
Boat kayaks.
The most weight. If the kayak jokers want to get in it, they can get in it. They probably won't. I'm trying to do that to get halves and maybe rhyme boards in there, but they too scared.
Mark said, if you fished at night and have not took a little siesta, you're special. Yeah. I've actually done that.
I didn't go to sleep one night. I did the 7 to 7 and didn't go to sleep at all.
I do recall one of the OG tournaments. Kevin might have been hosting it, and the nighttime stuff isn't for him,
I don't think,
or at least not the multiple nights.
The the multiple nights is not for me.
That's it.
What
I
happens
should phrase
is
that
the night
differently.
rolls into the morning. Kevin gets he gets a little silly. And then he's like, hey, somebody come back. When Kevin asked me, he asked me that first time. And I was just in a bad position.
Yeah. Nah, Barillo and Muskrat and
Hayes came up
and Hads came up and saved me on that because I was like this.
My favorite moment from a
fish yet.
tournament ever was Creole bartering with Kevin to get that Hydra Red 150. And then after Kevin agreed to it, Creole's like, well, I was leaving either way. Thank you, man.
Right. No, that was a good one.
That's easy to say after you got it, but
right. But it was entertaining.
It definitely was, but that was a good one. I said Creole sucking them out of
Hydra Red.
Murillo let me down on the storytelling. He didn't put anybody to sleep. But hey, that's another instance of learning how to make tournaments better.
Yeah.
Because after that, that last hour of that tournament was something special.
Yeah, it was.
And it's still up on my channel.
I sat there and I'm sitting here like, what in the world is going on? Because it just said, it just took a loop.
Well, like everybody was upset. Chat was upset. The anglers were upset. The anglers' families were upset. I was getting upset.
We went south.
And it was like,
everybody
was over. And it was like, thank God, let's go.
What's up, KP?
Don't do a tournament where you depend on people to give up. Because people are
especially if you don't have the capacity to stay woke.
Well, I was thinking, look, I got to work on Monday, man. Like, I figured this would be over in like a day and a half.
You would have been still sitting there and calling out, like, hold on, y'all, let me call my job. I can't go to work.
No, you know what would happen? I would have been in broadcast. Who do you think won?
That would have been funny if it went till Monday.
Oh, man.
Kevin probably would have been going crazy.
Midnight Madness Championship Edition. Whoever wins the boat versus kayak and the bank go against each other. This one's not for points. It's just for bragging rights, right?
Right. Yep. They don't get points for this one. That's just another edition of even if the boat person or the bank person, well, more so the bank person will feel as though they don't want to go against the bank, then they won't do it. Because Jody went against Bex last year, and Bex had her until like the last 45 minutes, and then fish started hooking up, and Jody caught her and ended up beating her.
There's George fishing the dream. What's going on, George?
So the bank can definitely keep up with the boat.
Still be sitting here today with nobody giving up, man. I tell you what.
Nah, somebody be dead or asleep.
Yeah.
You were fine letting everybody else sign up, but when you let two stands and Sharina sign up, that was the wrong idea. They were committed.
They were committed. I'll say that. Speaking of Sharina, it's a crappy crappie tournament is how I'm supposed to read it, but I read it as it's a crappy tournament. Most fish wins, lures, live bait allowed, 8 minimum to count, 8-inch minimum to count, must be public water, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, June 24th. No trolling, no private lakes, no private ponds. All fish must be released. That's going to be tough for some people to let them fish go.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
I like to let them go in that hot grease.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uncle Lou said, what's Brian doing with all these night tournaments? He knows he can't stay up all night.
Uncle Lou, they set for Friday nights. That way I can sit in the house all day Friday because I'm off and then come out. I
did make people sign waivers for those tournaments. I forgot. I still got waivers for those tournaments.
Kevin,
I gotta sign one every time I do a daggone tournament now. I said, Kevin's getting too strict.
So my wife and kids, I gotta jump down. It's gonna get
all right.
loud.
Thanks for coming up, man.
Appreciate you. See y'all.
All right, Cody.
Larry, before we keep going, that don't look right. Burp. So you guys said you are going to do another sabotage tournament, or you're going to do another tournament?
Yes, I think he wants to do another sabotage tournament. I think we decided, whatever 6 months. So I think that'd be maybe in September or October, sometime in that time frame, and then again the following year at the same time. So do it twice a year.
Awesome. So you guys look forward to that, and you guys will get that in the tournament league as well.
Yes, yes, for
Awesome.
sure.
So guys, people are still y'all, let's pray for Sharina. I just got a message from her. I don't know if she wants me to read it, but it has to do with people being in the hospital and her daughter and everything. So y'all pray for her, and pray it's going to be a blessing, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
With her daughter. So yeah, thank you. Danny Stone says sabotage, sabotage, sabotage. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and got to be careful with the hula hoop motion because I thought there for a while Danny Stone was Magic Mike or something.
Oh. Greenwell said this time pick teams on the results show. That's a good idea.
I'll be right back. I answer this phone.
Yep. Well, so we're starting to run out of time. Let's get on it. So after that, you got Brian B's Finesse Classic. I think I know enough about this to talk about it for him. July 15th, 8 a.m. to 2. You can only use 2, 4, or 6 pound main line. So that's going to be interesting. Then another one of my tournaments. Again, none of my tournaments are full, guys. Even the Monster Hunt is not full. So if you want to get on any of my tournaments, palmettocats@gmail.com, or message me on Facebook, text me if you got my number. The Tour to Whiskers. This is going to be an interesting one, Larry. It's on July 22nd from 8 a.m. to 1. And basically, you can't catch more than one fish from a spot.
Oh, wow.
So if you pull up to a spot and you go to catch a fish, you're fishing, you catch one, you have to move. For a boat, you have to move at least 100 yards. And for a bank fisherman, you have to move at least 50 yards. So you have to pick up and move from that spot. So there's some other things going on there with some kind of point system. I haven't quite worked it out, but it's going to be simple. I think it might be whoever gets to the certain amount of points first, but it's going to be awesome. So and then Cody asked, so trolling is good because you're constantly changing spots. Yeah, that's right. So if
but you said you had to move 100 yards. So if even though you're trolling, you got to move 100 yards from where you caught the last fish.
That's true. So technically, but when and I guess I kind of glazed over that. Thank you for stopping me, because usually if I'm dragging baits, then once I catch a fish, like my boat keeps going, I don't stop it. It just keeps trolling. So usually I've already done most of that moving. But yes, to keep it specific, you have to keep moving. You can't stop to get that 100 yards. If you're on the bank, you have to move 50 yards. And we'll say we'll have to move that rod 50 yards. Now, what's keeping people from casting in the same spot? We'll say integrity. We'll say integrity. So that rule is awesome. What if the boat's in motion? Yep, we just kind of went over that. So bumping, kind of, if you're dragging baits, bumping. Yep. So too old and tired for that one. Give me one where I sit in one spot and sleep. What's up, Southland Fishing? What's going on? So that's coming up. That's going to be fun. I'm going to get the specifics down on that soon. There's another carp tournament coming up on August 12th for Sharina's Keeping It Real, 8 a.m. to 1. So if you couldn't get in on the first one in June, you got another chance in August.
September. August. I said.
Yep. Yeah, August 12th for that one. August 19th is another one of mine, the Whisker Open. It's going to be based on tennis. Tennis rules like love, 15, 30, such and such. It's going to be interesting. I haven't quite nailed it down because August is a little while away, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get it by then. But it's going to be kind of cool. Just both of these, the Tour de Whiskers and the Whisker Open, are both tournaments that are going to be that format where you go live on your own channel. So that also benefits you as well if you're a YouTuber and you need that watch time or you want your donations or whatever. All you do is have to abide by the rules set by there, and the chat will keep you straight. I promise you that. And then the Monster Hunt. This is a traditional tournament on my channel, so there's a limited amount of people. September 9th, so it's a month and a half earlier than it usually is, which was by a bunch of requests, especially people in, the Midwest and up north of that, because it gets colder up there quicker. So definitely the Monster Hunt is a much anticipated tournament. I know Brian B's already in there. I got a bunch of other people in there already, but it's not full yet. So if you want to get into that,
now, is it going to be a nighttime tournament again?
Yep. It's nighttime tournament. It's usually 6 p.m. to midnight. Is when we've done it in the past. And that's another reason why earlier in the year is better, because it'll be a little warmer and henceforth safer. But that one's easy. The rules on that are easy. The biggest fish wins. That's all that matters.
So I win. I win.
And you say there's still openings for it?
There is. Yep. And all my tournaments, and I don't know about Brian or Larry or Sharina, but if we get over the limit on StreamYard, which this would be a StreamYard one, where a traditional tournament, then I would do a wheel. Sorry, Mike Green wheel. He's like, "Tank coming." He sent me a text. I think he's getting in on a few of them. But yeah, we'll definitely go to that one. But on these other ones, like the Whisker Open and the Whisker Derby, or the Tour de Whiskers, if you want in, you get in. You just got to email me. That's all you got to do, or message me, whatever. Facebook, text me, mail me an envelope, stamp letter. I don't care. Brian B is hosting the Whisker Cup.
Woohoo!
November 4th, 9 a.m. to 3. This one is about golf. You get golf points, 18 holes, and do you have those rules down with you? That point system?
I do.
Yeah,
I got it. I don't have it.
Yeah, these are a little bit away. So we kind of haven't nailed down the details, but just so that you know they're there, we're going to advertising them. The Whisker Bowl again will be February 10th, all the way in February. This goes through. This will be the last tournament before CatCon, the last tournament that counts for the live fishing tournament league. So again, this can be on your own channel. Another reason I'm doing a lot of these tournaments on your own channel, so more people can participate. It doesn't block people out. So people can't say, "Oh, I couldn't fish it, so I couldn't get the points." So that's not fair. Well, now you got at least 5 tournaments where you can fish your own channel, and you can get points.
Danny, you didn't. You haven't caught an eligible fish to get invited to the Monster Hunt.
Better hurry.
Cody.
Thanks, Mike. Yep, I'll get you in them. Please don't say it, Green Wheel. Yeah, we do ask that if you do register for the Monster Hunt, which Danny Stone, he's picking with you. But if you haven't caught a fish in some time, like if you just have that story of kind of like me, if you have that story of the big fish that you caught a long time ago, probably shouldn't get in the Monster Hunt. But if you've caught big fish every once in a while, or you can find them, you can get it, then definitely enter that one in. But if you've never caught a trophy caliber fish for your lake or river, it's probably not a good idea to get in it. But that's for you to decide, not me. I'm not judging anybody's fish. That's for sure. Then he said, "Dude, I got a 43 and a 61 this year. What you got?"
Got that.
He said this year, though.
Well, I'm going to get my motor Friday.
You're not
Legit
out,
just
Cody.
started.
You guys tore it up this winter, man. What are you talking about? All right. So that's the tournaments you can get in. Again, here's the current leaderboard as of April 3rd. That will change next weekend. I do want to give Brian B a chance to advertise for his River Wars tournament on Sunday.
Yes, Sunday.
He done forgot about it. Look at him.
No, I didn't forget about it. I'm definitely didn't forget about it. Sunday, my channel, Brian B. Catfishing, if you don't know. Potomac River versus the James River. 3 biggest fish per angler. It's 4 anglers on their side, 4 anglers on our side. They have Joey's, they count just as well as ours. It's gonna be you don't want to see the chat that we have. I put one together, I think Monday afternoon, and it's been going crazy every morning, every evening. So it's a lot of smack talk. Even Stan is smack talking. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And I think we're gonna have a blast. It should
definitely be listening to that on the way back home from Tennessee.
It should definitely be an awesome turnout. Dustin, I see you in here. Sorry, but you know, it's Kevin's channel. I would block you right there, but
oh man.
But no, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to listen to it on the way home. And I don't know who to pull for, man. I mean, I got friends on both sides, both rivers.
In reality of it, the Chesapeake Bay wins because we are both watersheds of that system.
And everybody watching is gonna win.
They family. We win, good. We're gonna pick on them. We lose, they're gonna pick on us, and we still gonna just laugh and joke together anyway. So it was funny how it ended.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you, everybody. I want to advertise the Boar's Nest in the morning, 4 a.m. I'll be listening to the Boar's Nest on the way to the gathering. If you're at the gathering right now or you're planning on being there, I'll see you there tomorrow. Again, if you want to get in any Brian B's channels or tournaments, email him, message him. Be looking for 3+1 outdoors. They might have another one. Sorry for the little pause there. And then Sharina's keeping it real. Jarrell, JBT. I'm not sure if his is full or not, but y'all, bunch of people having some great tournaments. If you want to get your tournament in, all you got to do is email me and let me know. I'll send you the little logo. You don't even have to put it on your thumbnail if you don't want. But the more people we get in, the more points you can get. And it'll be great for us to all get together and trying to bring everybody back together and create some harmony within the community. Not that we don't have it, but you know, every once in a while we drift apart. So be good to get everybody in, supporting each other, advertising everybody. There's a whole bunch of other tournaments going on. I don't have them on a list in front of me right now, but maybe for the next show. And we're out of time. So Larry, thanks for coming up. Brian B, thank you for all your support in this and helping me get the word out. There's Finn Seeger TV. What's up, Jeremy? All right, here we go. Let's go to Lord in prayer here. Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this community. I thank you for the resources you provide. I thank you for everybody that came in tonight. Thank you for my guests, Larry, Cody, and Brian B. Lord, I thank you for them. Thank you for their friendship. Thank you for their honoring of you, Lord. And we just thank you for all you're going to do for us. I want to pray for everybody traveling to the gathering, everybody there, Lord. I pray keep everybody safe. Pray for Sharina and her daughter, Lord, that everything will be great. I want to pray for our friend Roy Thorne, Lord. He's in the hospital, and Lord, anybody else we didn't mention, or anybody needs help or healing, Lord, we just pray that you would touch them. We thank you, Lord. Thank you for everything you do for us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. I did forget to talk about the sponsors. Thank you again, Wayne Huska and Fracture Fix and a bunch of other people that have donated money. If you want to be a sponsor of the awards, the championship will be announced at the Catfish Conference in February. There will be a belt presented to the winner, and then there will be a forever trophy that your channel goes on that will be passed around every year. So if you want to get on that, let me know. Till next time, everybody, happy fishing.